What's up, guys? The new Men in Black movie, Men in Black International, has come out. Is it as good as the previous movies? Well, let's find out on today's episode of Planetary Reviews. Alright, guys, so Men in Black International has finally come out. So, was it that good? Because when I first saw the trailers, I was a little skeptical. I saw the trailer, I was like, I like Chris Hemsworth, I like Tessa Thompson, both awesome, I love Liam Neeson, but when I was looking at the trailer, I wasn't 100% into it. It looked like a cool idea, and it looked like it would just be a fun movie. But does it even do that? Well, let's get to the story at least. The story to this movie is Tessa Thompson's character, Molly, when she's a little girl, has her parents, they end up having an alien in their house, and the MIB come in, and they go to erase their mind, but they say that the daughter's asleep. So, she ends up dodging that bullet and realizes, holy crap, the Men in Black came in and erased my parents' minds. So, what she ends up doing when she gets older is starting to search for them. She starts trying to figure out where they're at, where have they been. She's trying everything. She's trying to figure out just who these guys are and how I can get in contact with these Men in Black. And as the movie goes on, she finds a way to infiltrate their little organization by figuring out just how they work, and gets a little lucky and manages to figure out, hey, I found you guys, I want to be a part of your organization right now. And what happens? She joins the crew, but she ends up being set up all the way in London with Liam Neeson's character and Chris Hemsworth's character. They all team up to take down these guys called the Hive. The Hive are these really powerful aliens that we're trying to protect the Earth from, and that is the job of the MIB. But along the way, we end up finding out that there might be a mole inside the MIB. So, what ends up happening? Well, that's the rest of the movie. I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but the story, in my opinion, was very by the books. The story was nothing crazy, nothing that you're not going to see coming. Everything in this story was by the books, and that's really how this movie felt, in my opinion. It felt like a very by the books action movie, and a very by the books like little twist that they have at the end. And it wasn't horrible, but it doesn't really get you gripped. You're not really in it. And usually the way you get more gripped is by the compelling characters. And as much as I love Tessa Thompson, as much as I love Chris Hemsworth, as much as I love Liam Neeson, they weren't able to really do anything because of the misdirection, in my opinion, with their characters. Their characters are all very one note. There wasn't really much to them. Tessa Thompson's character, Molly, was a very smart and intelligent chick who found a way to infiltrate the Men in Black, and she's a little snarky at times, and that was really her character. She would just quip, and she was smart, but there was nothing really deeper than that. We didn't really get to know her too much other than just surface level stuff. Same thing with Chris Hemsworth. You get some character moments, but overall he stays the one note, overconfident, good-looking, handsome guy that's the quote-unquote best agent in the industry. And then we have Liam Neeson's character, who is the stereotypical leader of the London section of Men in Black, and he doesn't really get developed too much either, and that's really an issue, because you end up seeing these characters go through these pretty cool moments that could be tense and have some drama to it and suspense, but you don't end up really caring about the characters because they weren't built up enough. We don't learn more than just surface level stuff about each and every single one of these characters. And the story doesn't help either. The story doesn't have any interesting new threads they could take on, expanding the universe a lot more. I mean, granted, they expanded to the London area of MIB, which is really nice, but they don't really expand it too much, in my opinion, with story. They don't take enough risks. This felt like a very, very by-the-books movie, like I said in the beginning, because it's so predictable. You know exactly how this is going to go down. You know exactly how the conflict is going to get solved, in my opinion. I walked out of this movie going, It had a lot of good special effects. Let's get to the positive. Like I said, I want to try and be positive. So I'll talk about the special effects. That was always cool. In every single Men in Black movie, I've always loved the spectacle of just how cool the tech that they were using is. And it was really cool in this movie as well. They had some unique technology with the way they hid some of the guns and stuff you've seen in the trailer, where she takes the side view mirror of the car, goes like this, and you see all the weapons coming out. That was really cool. I love seeing all the different ways that the Men in Black work in London. That was really awesome. Seeing different types of aliens was really cool. The special effects, like I said, were really cool. And these two villains that you have throughout the film are actually designed really well. Do we get to understand their characters too much? Not really. It would have made it more compelling if we got to understand their characters more. They were really just these two badass like aliens that can kind of like go like see through and like survive almost any kind of bullets or any kind of lasers going through them. They were really powerful, but we didn't delve enough into their characters and their race to learn more about them, and that would have been really cool to really go through that and see where are these characters from, who are they, give us more detail. Even when we do find out more information about them, it's just too quick and it doesn't even matter by the time you get to the end. And that really feels like a missed opportunity to have two really interesting characters, and that's where this movie really falters. As much as I do think the action was pretty cool looking, the spectacle was really nice, the special effects were really freaking cool, and the music was pretty good, and the way the movie was shot was also good. But the thing is, the story was just bland. You really did not care. And the way these characters were written, you really don't care about them either, because they're just so surface level. They're basically all caricatures of each other, of like really common tropey characters, and they don't go beyond that. The most interesting and cool personality, in my opinion, was a little pawn CGI character that follows around Molly in the movie. And he's funny, he cracks some jokes, but even when they do try to be funny, they try way too on the nose, and the jokes don't end up landing. They do one reference in the movie with Chris Hemsworth with a thing that he's known for his other films, for those of you who haven't seen it in the trailer, and it doesn't end up landing. It just felt really on the nose. The jokes were not that funny. They were really just like, you just like kind of like, that's really how you react to a lot of the jokes in this movie. Overall, this movie could have been so much better with just better writing, better developed characters, and a story that was just more intriguing. It just felt so safe, but it is a fine movie. If you do bring your kids with you, they're not going to hate it. They're going to think it's quite fun. It's not complex. They're going to be able to sit through it and have a good time just to see the cool aliens, the cool weapons, and see Chris Hemsworth playing somebody who's not Thor. That's fine. I think this is going to be a fine kids movie. But overall, Men in Black International, in my opinion, was really nothing special, unfortunately, because at the end of the day, it gets a solid C+ for me, guys. Guys, that's my review for Men in Black International. It was okay at the very least. It was okay, and unfortunately, it really could have propelled. I was really hoping that because of the presence of Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth and Liam Neeson, this was going to be a movie that was going to be able to propel this franchise a lot more, because they're all great actors. Nothing against them, but the writing, the story, and it just all didn't come together 100% great. It just left me a little very disappointed at the end of the day. But guys, that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Did you like this movie more? Did you like this movie less than the old movies? What was your favorite Men in Black movie? Who's your favorite character? I want to know. Say it down in the comment section below, and I would love to see it. But guys, as always, hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for watching, guys.